the ugliest Christmas tree in the world, Madoline Thurn, as remembered by my grandson. My grandmother, we call her Noonie, she has the absolute, positively ugliest Christmas tree in the whole wide world. See, it has these two poles that you have to connect together, and it has holes drilled all up and down the poles for the limbs. And the limbs are various lengths of wire twisted together with little sprigs of plastic string things in them to make them look like cedar. Noonie said my daddy bought that Christmas tree when he was a teenager with money he earned throwing the paper out. And she also has this mountain of glass Christmas ornaments. They were bought from places like Gibson's and Howard's and Sun City. None of these places are even in existence anymore, but these fragile glass balls are still in existence. But they are all tarnished, and the glitter has either turned gray or has come unglued and fell off. But every year, Noonie digs out this old ugly Christmas tree and all this mountain of ugly ornaments and puts the Christmas tree up. And when we come home at Christmas, every year there's that ugly Christmas tree in the living room between two windows. But pretty soon, my dad and Noonie, they get a cup of coffee and they sit down and they just look at this old Christmas tree. And they begin to talk about things that happened long, long time ago when Daddy was a little boy and Uncle Russ was even smaller. Things like the year that Uncle Russ wanted a ding-a-ling. It was a little plastic robot about 3 inches tall, and you turned it on and it flashed red light and it kind of waddled around a little bit. But my dad and Noonie thought it was a piece of junk, so neither one of them bought it for Uncle Russ. And late Christmas Eve, their Aunt Betty came by and just asked Uncle Russ what he wanted for Christmas. He said, "I don't want anything." She said, What do you mean you don't want anything? It's Christmas." He said, "Well, I wanted a ding-a-ling, but I'm not getting it, so I don't want anything." Well, my dad was old enough to drive, so he jumped in the car and he goes to all the stores till he manages to find one ding-a-ling that still worked. Or like maybe the year that my dad wanted Bill Cosby's record to Russell, my brother, with whom I had to sleep. But the record store didn't have the record, so they special ordered it for my Noonie, and off and on she would check, but the record hadn't come. Well, on Christmas Eve, she had to run down to the mall for something, and she said, "Well, I'll just check one more time." The record had come in Christmas Eve. Or, like one year, Uncle Russ and Dad didn't tell each other what they were getting for Noonie for Christmas. And when they unwrapped her presents Christmas morning, she had received 2 soup tureens. But you know what? That was just what she wanted. 2 soup tureens. And one Christmas, one summer, my brothers and me were going to spend some time with Noonie and Papa. And Noonie was taking us down to their camp house, and we was going to camp out, and she was going to tell us ghost stories. And on the way down there, we stopped at a service station, and Noonie gave us $5 a piece to buy some snacks with. And we were browsing around through the store, choosing our snacks, and all the way across this store was a whole string of baseball caps. And I said, "Look, Noonie, there's the Atlanta Braves. That's Daddy's favorite ball team." And Noonie very practically said, "I am not spending $10 on a baseball cap." So I had some money that I was saving to get a video game, and I put my snack and my drink down in the floor. I took out my wallet, and I counted my money, and with the money that Noonie had given me, I had enough money to buy Dad that baseball cap. And Noonie said, she kind of sort of loaned me some money, because she said, "Your brothers will be eating, and it's a long ways down there, so you choose you some snacks, so you'll have something to eat too." And when Mom and Dad came to pick us up, and I gave Dad his baseball cap, Noonie blabbed to Daddy that I had taken my video money and my snack money and bought his video cap. I mean, his baseball cap. Well, you know, he kind of turned his back like you do sometimes when you want to cry a little bit and you don't want anybody to see you. He still has that old baseball cap. By now the bill's kind of broken and it's kind of sweat stained because we played baseball quite a bit. But he hadn't thrown that old baseball cap away. He doesn't wear it anymore, but it's still hanging on a hook in his bedroom. I know he still thinks about it. You know, that old Christmas tree of Nooney's is not so ugly. You just get to thinking about all the good times you've had and about family, and that's what it's all about.